Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. If you go to our latest news page on the website, you'll find more details about my visit to Iraq recently and another business. We are making an immediate donation, by the way, to a great French charity, SOS Chrétien, for their work in Syria after the terrible earthquake because of Western sanctions, which are hurting only the Syrian people. It's very hard to get help into Syria. As you know, we had to suspend our operations helping some businesses in Syria because of the difficulty of getting money in. We hope very soon, through this great charity which is there, and in 7 countries in fact, we will be able to start again very soon helping businesses in Syria. I've actually become a member of the board of the American branch of the charity, which is just starting, SOS Christians of the Middle East, of the East. And so this is going to be a great cooperation, which will also help us soon be able to start helping family businesses in Egypt. So please go to the website to see the latest news, the positive news of helping one family at a time stay in their country, helping our brethren in the faith. And it occurred to me, as we're close to 150 weeks of Nuggets, which I'm slightly pleased we haven't missed 1 week, that I've never done a gospel nugget about one of the key scriptures for our charity, Nazarene.org, the line from St. Paul's letter to the Galatians, chapter 6, verse 10. So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to all men, and especially to those who are of the household of the faith. I can't tell you how often, particularly when I'm a bit disconsolate or wondering if the mission should continue, this passage which first inspired me just happens to appear when I'm reading the office or some other prayers reference the passage. One's constantly reminded, but one needs to be reminded, of the words of St. John Paul the Great, who said that in the providence of God there is no such thing as coincidence. There really isn't. If we had more of that attitude, we wouldn't complain of God's silence, or even worse, to say that he doesn't answer our prayers. As the Lord constantly says in the Gospel, our ears need to hear and our eyes to see. I truly believe that this mission to help our persecuted brethren, the members of the household of the faith, was a call from God. It came during prayer in the fall of 2014, when ISIS captured Mosul, the ancient city of Nineveh in our Bible. I would never have believed in early 2014 that I would ever go to Iraq, let alone 9 times so far, or then on to Syria and Lebanon. As I said in my intro, we're helping again in Syria with the earthquake, and soon with businesses, and, please God, starting in Egypt. That passage took root, particularly because it was a reflection of the belief we proclaim that we are brothers and sisters in Christ. That's something that trips off the tongue fairly easily, but the question that needs to be asked is, what does it mean practically? For me, it was the creation of Nazarene. Some people might ask why I sometimes get disconsolate or doubt the mission. For 2 reasons primarily. Sometimes it can seem like a drop in the ocean, but I was told quite strongly in Iraq on this latest visit that the drop is truly meaningful and important, both to the families we help and to God himself. He's really in charge. The second reason is the continued lack of attention by the church, especially the hierarchy, towards this issue. I suppose one must just get on and leave it to God and his judgment. I noticed, almost for the first time, but probably not the first, the verse before our motto, verse 9. And it struck me as an important corrective for all of us when we're tempted, and it's most definitely a temptation, to give in to worldly thoughts, not just about charitable giving, but even that sense of despair which I've encountered many times towards any ways of helping our brethren. People often say, what can I do? I can't even watch the news. It's too depressing. St. Paul says to the Galatian church, to us, let us not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we do not lose heart. That's truly a word we all need to hear. The season is God's season. It's God's time. We may not even see the result. We must not lose heart, which is a hovering temptation in so much of what we do, even our work of evangelization. God is in charge. Brethren, rejoice, be perfected, be comforted, be of the same mind, be at peace, and the God of peace and love will be with you.